Vaccine for COVID-19 is more than 90% effective based on early data. The news had almost immediate effect on global markets and comes a day after 50 million infections were reported globally. The companies are now seeking emergency authorization use in the United States. Pfizer and BioNtech are the first developers to show successful data and expect to produce 1.3 billion doses next year. Dr. Bharat Pankhania is a senior clinical lecturer at the University of Exeter Medical School. He's had over 20 years' experience in the control of infectious diseases. He joins us from Bath in the UK. Thanks so much for being with us. I mean, is this purely good news, or could something still go wrong in the final approval process here?
No, it's all good news, Andrea, and we need to celebrate the advances of science when we allow it to flourish and blossom. This is an example of good things. We have to be cautious, nevertheless. We need independent scrutiny of all the data, all the safety results, and all the efficacy results as well. And then we can feel next thing we need to do is sort out how we would deliver this complex vaccine, because we need specialized refrigeration to take them to places.
Okay. Do you have any idea, though, when we will really see this vaccine made available, to people like you and me?
Oh, that would take a longer time. We need to give the vaccine to at-risk people first. So that would be the elderly, vulnerable people, and frontline staff. And then finally, ordinary members of the public would also start getting it. So I feel for ordinary members of the public, we're at least 3 to 6 months away.
3 to 6 months away. So the pandemic continues really in full force. So tell us what you think we have to do collectively now for prevention before this vaccine is actually made available.
Or we continue with all infection control measures. And I feel wearing masks is a very good idea, and it suppresses infections and reduces the number of cases generated. So we continue in the same way that we have, which is strict infection control and wait. And hopefully not only the Pfizer BioNtech vaccine, but others will also start to come online. And eventually we will feel that we can now immunize a large number of people globally.
Okay, when you talk about those others that could come online, I wanted to ask you about that. There are others in the works. Russia has said that it already has an effective vaccine. I mean, what's your feeling as to what kind of competitors might be out there and what else might be available in the near future?
Oh, there are several, and it really is very pleasing to see that all types of technologies are being used. So this Pfizer BioNTech vaccine that we're talking about is what we call messenger RNA vaccine. The Oxford one is similar. And then the Russian one is basically bits and pieces of the coronavirus protein. So it's, in other words, a killed vaccine that is injected. And then there are other countries like India who are developing a DNA-based vaccine. So different formulation, different facets, all being used to cure and conquer one virus, the coronavirus.
Okay. Is there any risk of some kind of mutation, though, of this virus suddenly appearing in the near future and throwing, a lot of this up in the air?
No, you noticed the hesitation in my answer to you, but my overall answer to you is no, because what we need to conquer first is, once we have established how to make a successful, effective, safe vaccine, then when the virus mutates and changes its presentation spike proteins, we can also change our vaccine formulation and make a version 2 or 3 as is required. So the first thing we need to do is make a good vaccine.
So we shouldn't be worried about these minks in Denmark, the 17 million that they've had to cull because of a coronavirus mutation there, right?
No, we should worry. We should always worry. And my worries are as follows. We don't want this to spread to other animals, and the SARS-CoV-2 virus becomes endemic in an animal population. So we should worry. We should be very concerned about not introducing it into an animal population so that it becomes a reservoir with animals.
Okay, Dr. Bharat Pankhania, unfortunately, that's all the time we have. But thank you so much for being with us. Still more questions